Hello! If you saw the title of this video, you already know we're building another Iron Man suit. Well, Emily, why are you making another one? Haven't you already built like 2 or 3? Well, yeah, but what would the fun be if we just stopped there and didn't try to improve it at all? Because I can tell you every single thing that's wrong with the previous ones I've made. And anyone that builds things similar to me can tell you the same thing. Every time you make something like that, you're like, wow, I know exactly what I could do next time to make it not suck as much. So then if you don't do it, it's just a missed opportunity. There's a doggo barking in our backyard. So I'm making it just because, you know, that I want to, but also because I'm planning on making it for Silicon Valley Comic-Con coming up in August. If you don't know, that's a convention held by Adam Savage, so I mean, I'm planning on going as of now. You should maybe go too. Which gives me 4 months. This will be interesting. Anyway, I know for the blue suit, I didn't really provide too many updates on it as I was building it, so I'm excited to give you guys more updates with this suit. What I'm planning on posting is not really going to be in the realm of tutorials. It's more so just going to be showing you guys my thought process as I go from nothing to a full Iron Man suit, and also just being able to give updates every now and again. The good thing about this though is I can't drag it out even if I wanted to, because I have 4 months to build it. The only thing I'm scared of myself doing is being so rushed to build it I forget to record it. So I'm gonna need you to hold me accountable there. Now the question comes, well, what suit are you building? Drum roll please, future Emily that has to edit this video later. Boom! We're making Heartbreaker. If you've seen Iron Man 3, this is the first guy that shows up when the Iron Legion swoops in. He's got the huge, gigantic arc reactor, and he just looks like a tank, and I love that look. That's why I like the Mark 7. It was the first really, like, tanky suit he had built, and this one is just... The fun part about all this is going to be asking you guys for advice, maybe input on a color scheme, input on what we should motorize. I want you guys to be able to contribute too. For this build, I'm going to be using files from a website called Do3D. They sell full armor files and helmet files. A lot of people probably be asking, Emily, couldn't you model it yourself? Well, yeah, I can model it myself if you want this project to take 2 years. We can go down that route. Now, I do plan on modeling my own suit at some point. The only problem with that is you guys want content to watch. And if I am constantly modeling a suit and not building anything, you guys will have no content. So what I'm gonna have to do is probably model it on the side while I'm building other things to show you guys. Because I can show you guys updates on the model as I do it, but that's all I can show you. So once I get a chance, hoping to do that on the side and eventually be able to print one for myself. I'm thinking about possibly modeling a suit that's not even from a movie, something a little more custom. But until then, we're going to be using the Do3D files. Now, not to say we're not going to be modifying them. The blue Mark 7 that I built, those were Do3D files, except for the fact that I had to edit almost every single living part. So hopefully I don't have to edit these quite as much as far as mobility goes, but I am going to be modifying them either way just to be able to motorize certain things. So without further ado, let's take a look at the model. All right, so I told you I was going to take you through my thought process. And this is pretty much how I start out, figuring out what I want it to do besides obviously exist. We're gonna want to motorize parts, light things up, etc. So I've just Googled Heartbreaker and we're just kind of looking at the model. And I'm thinking obviously all the helmets that I have been motorized, so we're gonna plan to do that. It's looking like these little shoulder panels right here would be something perfect to put shoulder missiles in. I intended to do that with the Mark 7, which is why there's little gaps up there, but I never actually got around to doing it. They're raised just enough so I probably wouldn't have to make a back brace like I did for the Mark 7. I think I would definitely be able to fit a servo in there. So I think we'll plan on shoulder missiles. I think that'd be cool. So we've got the helmet plan, shoulder missiles plan. I'm looking at the arc reactor. Obviously gonna have to do something with that. I like all the LEDs on the outside. Since it is so big, we're definitely going to either have to make it change color or light up in a certain fashion. We're going to have to play with it some way. I think that'd be awesome. He's got some ridges on his forearms. I don't know if that'd be a good place to motorize, to maybe pop up and have an arm missile, or if we stick like a little laser in there. If you guys have ideas, put them in the comments. The ab plate looks like it's going to be pretty easy to be able to do what I did on the last suit, which is divide the ab plate file up into multiple panels and have them collapse on top of each other. That helped my mobility a ton last time. It looks like it'd work out pretty well with this one too. Finally, if I look at the back, it looks like he's got some vents back here. These little vents right here, I think we could do something with that. Whether it's have CO2 or compressed air come out or something. It looks like more of a jetpack kind of thing, but with how big the back piece is, I'm pretty sure we could definitely fit something back there to shoot some air or CO2 or something out. But those are my initial thoughts of what I'm going to do with it. As far as what I'm going to do different from the last suit, I had printed the entire shoe of of the Mark 7 like as a legitimate shoe. Like I stuck my foot inside of it. It was an actual 3D printed shoe. What I'm more so tempted to do on this version is actually just take all of these plates that come on the foot and attach them to a shoe, like a pre-existing shoe. As far as what's going to be printed in flexible filament, what's going to be printed in PLA, I could see these shin pieces being printed in TPU, the ones that just lay on top of the shoe. Obviously all these tiny little inserts in between the legs will be printed out of TPU. I think we may make this entire ab piece out of TPU as well. Another thing I learned from the Mark 7 are the knee pieces. I need to come up with a better system of hinging the knees. I tried with the hinge from the brace last time and it worked, but it was just difficult to put on by myself. Another problem I had was having the bicep come on top of the shoulder, so it looks a lot less proportionate and it just kind of shoves things down so you can't bend your arm. So I'll probably attach the bicep up underneath the shoulder. This suit is a really tanky suit, and if these shoulders aren't brought out all the way, it's probably going to look like a bobblehead. So it's really important to make sure we're going to have those shoulders sticking out as much as we can. But yeah, those are all pretty much my initial thoughts. If you guys have any or any ideas, let me know in the comments below. In the meantime, I'm going to have to go through and chop up the model to be able to cut out little places that I want to have motorized. So for example, for the shoulders are gonna pop up, I'm gonna have to cut out those panels. So that may take some time. Apart from that, I did measure myself to be able to figure out the scale I wanted to use. And for anyone wondering how I do that, I did try out Armorsmith this time. It was slightly helpful, but I ended up kind of reverting back to what I normally do, which is say I'll take a measuring tape and for example, measure a bunch of different parts of my body. So I'll measure from my wrist to the end of my elbow and compare that with the forearm piece. I'll measure from my knee to my foot, compare that with the shin piece, and really just average everything out. It is a lot of trial and error, so there's not really an exact science to it. I think I've come to the conclusion for me being a 5'10", fairly skinny individual, I'm gonna use a scale of 93 or 94% since the default height tends to be for someone 6 feet or higher, but obviously that can change if I print it and it's too big or too small. So I'm gonna go ahead and start printing all this with that scale in mind. Hopefully next time I'll get to show you some pieces that I have completed. If you did watch all the way through this little intro video, thank you. Just wanted to give everyone a basic idea of what I'm thinking about doing, timeline of it, and all that, so I am really excited. Stay tuned if you are interested in seeing the final result. I literally have a deadline now, so it will get done. I'm gonna go ahead and start getting to work, so I'll update you guys either next week or the week after, and we'll see where I'm at then. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned, subscribe if you want to see the finished build, or if you enjoy nerdy things and 3D printing. Y'all have to hold me accountable. This is gonna be a long build.